I had actually this story is like almost worth going in a video all on its own. So, as you know, I am an exterminator,
Yep.
right? So I gotta. We have these things called callbacks, where if somebody, we have a guarantee on our work. So if somebody calls us and it's like, "Hey, I still have an issue or I'm seeing something," within the 30-day period, we come back and do another treatment for free.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So I get a call from the office and they're like, "Hey, this guy uh, having a few bugs, nothing crazy. Just he's just noticing a few beetles and stuff, and would like you to come back and reapply." I said, "Sure, no big deal." So I go over there, and the guy's like, I start do an application outside first, and I'm out there, and he comes outside, and he's like, "Hey, man, I haven't took a shower in a good minute. Like, I'm going to go in and take a shower." He's like, "I got the door unlocked. You can just go inside and do whatever you got to do." I was like, "Oh, okay." So he goes in and uh, I shut the outside, and I grab my hand sprayer, and I go in, and I hear him singing in the shower, but
Mhm.
I don't think much of it. And he's he's singing along and stuff like that, but he keeps saying like just the same few little lyrics to the song over and over and over again, which I thought was kind of odd.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, people sing in the shower. I get it, It's and then I was waiting for him, and he knew I had another appointment I had to go to. So I said, I finished up my paperwork there on his kitchen counter, and I was like, "Hey, I gotta go, buddy." And it's like he was in the shower. And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta go. I got places I gotta be, and I gotta go." And he comes out and he's like, "Oh, okay." And he said, "I said, would you like some glue boards or monitor boards to put by your backsliding door? Just because if the weather stripping's bad there, sometimes bugs can get in that way, and well, all kinds of things can get in that way." But I said I can put them there. He's like, yeah, put them there. So I put them on each entry point on each side. I was like, "All right, well, you don't have to sign anything. I'm just gonna go." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I'm walking out the door, and he's like, "Oh, by the way," he's like, "You seem like a pretty good guy." And he's like, "Do you want to go out to the movies with me or go out on a date?" And I was like, "Oh my god." So he asked me out on a date before I was
It's
leaving.
that Dave charm, dude. I've been saying it for years. It's that Dave charm. You
So,
don't think it exists. It 100% exists.
I, I don't get it. It's just like, oh man, I was like, well, he's like, well, it's like, you got my number. You changed your mind.
Was he an old guy?
No, no, he's a younger guy.
Oh my god, like how young? Like mid 20s?
Uh, I'd say like late 20s or what,
Mm.
you know what I mean, that kind of thing. But yeah, so he asked me out, and I called the office and I said, "Hey, put me on speakerphone," and I told the whole office what happened. Uh, they are all laughing their ass off. And well, the secretary's like, "Oh, I would take that as a compliment, Dave. Like, that's really nice." That's like, yeah. It's like, but the thing is, the guy knew I had a girlfriend the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, because I told him the last time I was there about her. I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
Mm.
Dude,
Listen,
you just
he didn't he doesn't want to hear about that, Dave. He doesn't want to hear about your
no.
girlfriend or any of
Here's
that.
the problem. The problem is the place was messy the first time I went there. The second time I went there, it's clean as can be, and he's got like velvety pillows on his bed. His bed's perfectly made, and there's no bugs in sight in his So I think it was a setup from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Maybe there were no bugs to begin with. He just wanted to see you again.
That's what I'm saying. I don't dare tell the other techs at work that. They would never ever let me live it down. They would give me such a hard time. Oh no, there's no way I tell them. There's no way. Help me.
Help me, please.
Oh, thanks for resing me. You want to go out and see a movie later?
Thanks for killing all my bugs. You want to go see a movie with me?
I bet it
All right.
really grinds his
Oh,
gears.
yeah. Alright, Dave, I'll have you helm. You're better at helming than I am.
I bet it hoists his sails. That's how, you know, with Aaron.
Is that supposed to be like a innuendo or something? I wonder. That's
There's been
interesting.
enough of that today. There's been enough of that today.
You're right, Dave. My bad. There has been enough of that today.
You want to go see a movie? But yeah, I remember going over to his house. He had this German Shepherd, and he said, and this is kind of how he talks. Like, hey, Dave. I was like, hey, man. He's like, I got. He's like, I got this keg of beer. He's like, I don't think anybody's showing up. Everyone's coming over. He's like, you want to come over and drink some beer with me? I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll come drink some beer with you. He's like, all right, man. And so I go over there. Now, keep in mind,
I love it.
This guy, oh, dude, this guy looks like the lead singer of System of the Down. To give you a visual. Okay? Serge or whatever his name is. And so I go over to his house, and this is the night that ends up happening. Dustin's trying to screw this chick. And he's already got a girlfriend. He's just, he's wild. And I'm sitting there by the keg. He's like, all right, Dave, you be the keg operator, all right? I was like, okay. So I'm sitting by the keg, and I'm like feeling, just making beer, because he let me drink for free. He's like,
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to that, and I'm drinking there, and his dog is sitting right beside me. And he's like, all right, now, Davis, I'll tell you what. He's like, every beer that you get for yourself, you got to get one from my dog. Yeah. So all night long, me and his dog sat there, got drunk as fuck together. And intermittently, I would give his dog, he had this huge fucking like Sam's Club or Costco's fucking jug of Cheeto balls. And I would just feed the dog Cheeto balls in between drinks that me and him would have together.
Oh, are you trying to kill
God,
the dog?
No, I was just making sure he was all right, because I mean, that's a lot of beer for a dog.
I didn't know dogs could drink beer.
Yeah, oh dude, that dog did. He drank the shit out of it. And not only that, it was a German Shepherd, so all of his commands were in German. So you'd have to go, 9, Steve. His name was Steve. We go, 9, Steve. 9.
9, Steve. 9.
Yeah. When he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Oh, dude, he's a fucking nut, man. He's a fucking nutcase. Love him to death. I haven't seen him in years, but every time I do, he's always and Dad met him. The dad's like, oh man, like he's like you can't keep from liking that guy. I was like, oh no, you can't. Like he's larger than life all the fucking time.